Wednesday marks the historical peak of hurricane season in the Atlantic Basin.
Yeah, meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees caught up with the National Hurricane Center to see if they have used any new tools this year. Brittany.
Yeah, so we know that the busiest 7 weeks of the Atlantic hurricane season is the period between August 20th and October 10th. And abnormally, there's nothing to track right now. But even though we're calm, it's important to stay weather aware. Robbie Berg is the warning coordination meteorologist for the National Hurricane Center. He reminds all of us that the season comes in waves and lulls.
You need to be on guard for what potential impacts might be coming down the road. And that requires almost doing a daily update of what's happening in the tropics and looking at your weather forecast.
Even though the season hasn't been very active, with Erin causing the most severe impacts across the country, the NHC has been able to use new operational tools such as their rip current viewer.
The local weather service offices have always put out rip current surf zone forecasts, but a lot of those visualizations have been very localized. We've never had one place for people to go to see what's the overall risk for a storm, even if it stays offshore.
Many media outlets use this product to better communicate impacts along the coast, even though Erin was hundreds of miles away. Berg also said the team at the NHC has been using AI to help forecast storms. And although it did fairly well with Erin, it's still just a tool in a much larger toolbox.
There are other aspects of the forecast, like Genesis forecasting. Is a storm going to form? I think it's a little bit rougher around the edges. We're still evaluating how accurate or helpful that's going to be.
And I do think it's a good reminder, again, peak of the season doesn't mean we're done. In fact, it's about the midway point. And last year in 2024, we had actually had even less storms than now. So that doesn't mean we'll see anything like that, but it's just a good reminder that just because it's the peak, just because we're in the midway, doesn't mean we're done.
Right. And you use those tools, right? You like them?
Yes, no, it was great. And in fact, I actually really do like that they do the rip current viewer for everybody now, because usually we would use the forecast, and kind of compare to what the NWS has near the coast, Wilmington. But now you can essentially see all across the eastern seaboard. So for people who maybe live in Kansas that are visiting Florida, they can look at that now. Cool. If they're visiting, the Carolinas from the Midwest or California, who knows? Right. They now have that tool easily accessible as well.
Very good.
So,
all right, cool.
We love to see it.